Raising hell today, okay? Bring the juice today, brother. Let's get it.
You're going to be standing right next to me, man?
Let's go.
That's what we do now. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Let's do a thing now. Hang on, kid. Hang on, kid. Run. Far side of the chin. Step on to the line. Head to the end zone.
What a play.
What's up, Internet? Welcome to us failing.
Derrick Henry was on my team, so I'm going to go Texans, I guess.
Yeah, he's on Tennessee, though.
No.
You try. You went for it. I appreciate it. This is Up the Gut. Live.
100%. Hello, I'm Matthew F. Aylis from Up the Gut News, and with me right now is Bills Mafia Don Patrick Kimmel. Patrick, how do you feel about that tough game on Monday?
It was a knee slapper.
A knee slapper, you say? Now, we just slap it in anger?
Slapping in a lot of things. Ha, ha, ha.
Are your knees okay?
No.
Are the Bills okay?
Yes.
Okay, everything's okay. From the Gut, this is Matt Aylis.
The hell was that?
I time traveled because we had such an old-timey type football game to end this week.
It was. It was, well, I mean, at least half of it was an old timey.
A lot of it.
The other half was not. It was defense and run the ball from the Patriots, and it was Josh Allen dropping dimes and people not catching them. Which I'm not going to get mad. I'm not going to be Ahlers. I'm not going to go off about Stephon Diggs dropping balls or Dawson Knox dropping balls or Matt Breida dropping balls. Listen, it happens. It's just unfortunate that they all did it in the same game when Josh Allen was on fire.
And
so
some need to be on fire because it was freezing in
yes,
Buffalo.
but Josh Allen in 30 to 50 mile an hour gusts dropping dimes 40 yards down the field.
Yeah.
How is that even possible?
Yeah.
We picked our guy. We picked the right guy. It's unfortunate the Patriots won. Good for them. Whatever. But come on. Anybody that's still sticking with Mac Jones, you cannot say he is a quality quarterback. Because he was scared of the wind. The coaches were scared he couldn't throw in the wind, and the coaches were scared of the defense. If you can't even function with those two and you only throw 3 passes, one was a horrible pass, one was a screen pass, and one was an incompletion.
Yeah, it should have been 2 incompletions, but
it really should
good
have
on
been.
the tight end for crawling that in.
My gosh, a jump up as high as you can, fingertip,
yep.
Flop up, and then catch while you're falling.
Yep.
I mean, thank goodness that tight end did it. Otherwise, it'd be
that completion was 95% tight end.
Oh, yeah.
I believe it was Jonnu Smith.
Oh, man, we got Taste Bud guys in the comments. Welcome, Taste Bud guys. Always good to see you. Sup?
Yeah.
Tyreek dropping balls. He has done that a lot lately, but so is Kelsey. He's dropped a lot too. And Tormented Gaming. We got YouTube shows watching YouTube shows. It's YouTubeception.
Yeah. We do need to do another stream of game with
Tormented
at some point.
Yeah, we do. Maybe not Madden, though, because he's not good. Well, I'm going to have to talk to him because I haven't talked to him since Lamar's thrown like 10 interceptions in 2 games. Like, we got to talk Tormented one of these days. Yeah. But
we got quite a bit to cover this week. But we're going to run through it like we always do. But first, maybe a word from some sponsors, partners?
Yeah, let's
take care of some.
And now a word from our sponsors.
Oh, hey, we're back.
Oh, hey,
sorry.
I love that. I love that jingle. It's so old, but I love it. It works. Look at all those bottles.
This is Ma back here. We've lifted the camera in the new studio, but don't worry. At some point, we're going to record a commercial, so you guys don't have to hear us say the same thing over and over again. But we are fond of Ma.
I mean,
he is.
You will because you're going to see the commercial a lot.
Yeah, but then it'll be different.
Yeah,
it'll be more entertaining than just informative.
Than just the lecture we give every week, but we give that lecture because it's true.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not just us now. We had a friend, a watcher of the show. He has been steadily buying it that I know of. And then on top of that, Chad, the ogre himself, who comes on every once in a while, he has started in it. And it's funny because I've said this time and time again, or I won't drink it this late because it's too effective. Well, Chad, he's here working in town, so he's been coming down to the studio, had some on in the evening, and then I guess he went to, I think it was last week, he went to bed and just laid there because he was all amped up from how effective the Ma is. And then
now he wasn't laying there with like his heart beating at 80 beats per second and twitching, but
just couldn't sleep. He's ready to go. He's ready to do something productive.
Yeah, you're still up there.
And you can sleep productively, but not with Ma.
No.
And then I just had another friend of mine. He just tried it and he said, man, that was good. And he had just worked all night and was up all day and just got that boost from the Ma and then tanked.
Yep.
Not because Ma tanks you, but just because at that point there's nothing.
Yeah, after the entire day, you're gonna be tired regardless. I drink it every week on the show to show you guys that we actually like it. This is the lime one.
Oh, I told you not to
powder
comment.
Hmm?
I told him not to. I'm sorry.
Who,
There's
what?
some guy named Vernon here, and he's talking smack.
Oh, that's right. You know what? Vern, thanks
Come
for
get it from me, Vern!
Hold on.
Okay.
Vern, thanks for watching, and we will get directly to you in just a bit.
Sorry, yeah.
Let me
let's
hit
finish
you
them all.
up after we do our not-so-breaking season news.
Oh, well, let me get off the comments here, and we'll do that again. Okay, try it again.
Our not-so-breaking season news.
Season.
This is Up the Gut Not So Breaking News. News you may have already heard.
All right, news time. And I think maybe this might be the biggest piece of the week, but Jamal Adams getting shoulder surgery, and it has to be out for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I mean, he really hasn't been playing like Jamal Adams, so maybe this will
Help him out a little bit.
make him healthy. Maybe that was what was going on. I don't know.
I don't know. He was making a lot of plays for that Seahawks defense, but he had to because the offense has been not great.
The whole team's not been great.
But he's more of a linebacker than a defensive back.
I'm sorry, I got distracted. Yeah, he's not a cover safety. He is a box safety, much
But a
like
good box
Sorensen.
safety.
But he hasn't been that great. Like he hasn't really had any pressures this time around.
Because I think teams don't look for him.
That may be true. I said maybe but we never wish ill on anybody except
No.
Mac Jones. So we
I
hope
don't
you
even
get
wish
to.
ill on Mac Jones.
Man, after his Kurt Angle,
I know.
he deserves something bad from that.
I don't want it to be a physical injury.
Okay, well, maybe an emotional one, like his
Yeah,
girlfriend
just like
leaves him, or his
listen to-
parents tell him he's adopted.
Losing a big game.
That would be
Losing when
okay.
he needs a W the most.
Or maybe just get fined for trying to break someone's ankle. That
Yeah.
might be worth it too.
Yeah, last I checked, ankle locks were illegal in the NFL. But we got some people coming back from injury.
Well, we got one more energy IR with Kenyon Drake.
That's true. Kenyon Drake is also IR, but that doesn't mean the rest of the season.
Yeah, I misspoke to Matt earlier when I said that, but he's just the IR.
So
But
maybe
we're getting pretty late into the
yeah.
season, so
maybe he comes back about week 15. Maybe. Well, no, IR is at least 3 weeks. We're going into 14.
yeah, 3.
So he might come back for the last 2 games of the season.
Yeah, we'll see. But we hope get better soon, whatever
But,
happened.
But Dalvin Cook, his shoulder is screwed up. He's questionable for tomorrow night. He's been
Again.
playing hurt on and off all year.
I mean, I guess he could, yeah. It's a good thing he missed last week because
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah, that's another thing I get to. The Lions. Boy, howdy.
We'll get those when we review the games.
Yep. Joe Hayden for the Steelers and Adam Thielen for the Vikings, both out for tomorrow night.
Ooh, that's a big one.
It's a very big one. If they're missing,
Hayden's been out for a while though. And did you say Joe Hayden?
yeah, Joe
Yeah,
Hayden.
He's been out for I don't know, it seems like 3-4 weeks now.
He's not coming back.
Whew.
Adam Thielen is out this week, though.
That's too bad.
Yeah, yes, it is. But Justin Fields medically cleared to play.
About time. About time.
Man, the Bears need it because as hard as Andy Dalton's been trying, and he has been trying, it just hasn't been working.
Did we covered Humphrey last week, right?
Yes.
Yeah. We already covered that last week, but yes, Marlon Humphrey is still out. He is. Did we cover it last week?
Yeah, because he got hurt in the towards the end of that game.
Yeah. So, and we all love Marlon Humphrey.
I don't mind Marlon Humphrey at all. I don't.
His Twitter game is strong.
I honestly can't think of any player that I hate. I hate some people's hype because I think they're overrated, but I don't hate.
I hate a lot of that, but there are some people that Marcus Peters, I would verge on hate for him because he's just an asshole.
See, I don't know a lot about the people.
He got kicked off of 3 teams being uber talented for strictly just being an asshole. Pardon my language, kids, so I apologize.
Richie Incognito was kind of an asshole. I didn't like him a whole lot.
I think that was more hype because he was on our team a lot, and he was one of those like locker room boys, and maybe he went a little far with that one guy in Miami. But I mean, charities and stuff, he's always seemed like and he's always there to mentor the people coming in. He was just more that bro locker room type of guy, you know?
Yeah, maybe.
So,
But yeah, that's it. Debo Samuel, hopeful to return to practice tomorrow.
Hey, what I say about Debo and the 49ers? If he's not there, maybe don't pick him.
They had that game, though. I think it's more the defense giving up toward the end of that one. But what else? Yeah, Marlon Humphrey at IR. Okay. Kamara returned to practice. Alvin Kamara back to practice for the Saints. But then...
That's big for D-Love.
It is, but now Mark Ingram's on the COVID list. So they gain one running back to lose another.
Well, as long as Kamara's back, that's a bigger deal because nothing against Mark Ingram. He's solid, but he's no Kamara.
Kamara has a better all-around game as far as blocking, receiving out of the backfield.
Kamara. Okay. Kamara.
Sorry.
No, you said it right. I don't know.
Yeah, it's Alvin Kamara. But
okay, Kamara.
Kamara is a better, like, he's faster. He's not as strong. Mark Ingram is just run that way.
And I love Mark Ingram.
And Mark Ingram can throw blocks.
I love his hype. I love his run style. But he's not going to get the yards that Kamara
I love his loyalty because when he played in New Orleans the first time, he was all New Orleans. And then when he moved to Baltimore, he gave Baltimore everything. Big trust. Whoop, whoop.
No, that dude is amazing. If he doesn't have his own NFL TV show, I don't even know what
if he's not on TV when he retires, I'm going to be sad. I'm going to be real sad.
There'll be a lot that...
He's entertaining. What else we got, though? Hayden, Cook, Marlon, Jamal Adams, Debo, Jair Alexander back to practice.
Whoop, whoop. Oh, someone's pumped about that. But you guys just getting off your bye, right?
Yes.
So do you have any word on Bakhtiari?
Yeah, still physically unable to perform.
Ooh, damn, pumped up.
Same with Zadarius Smith. Zadarius Smith also did not practice.
Well, at least you guys getting some people back, and that secondary help. That's
if we can get Jair back now and healthy, that'd be fantastic. If we could get Bakhtiari for the playoffs, awesome. If Rodgers' toe could have surgery and not require a whole lot of time to heal, and it could be 100% before the season's over.
If he hasn't got that surgery yet, he probably shouldn't get it.
I think he's already got it. It's just how fast it'll heal.
Yeah, I mean, it can't be any more painful than it has been.
Right. Like, he didn't practice today, but as far as I know, he's still good to go for Sunday night.
The worst he'll do is still be in some pain, but probably not as much pain, and then probably mess with the heel timetable. It'll probably hurt longer. But if he gets that full 2 weeks of the bye to heal, he should be fine.
And if we can squeak into the bye week for the playoffs, that'd be amazing.
That would be good.
That's going to be rough, though, because we need Arizona to lose.
Yeah, I mean, they might. I think they have the Rams this week, and this is one that's I still don't know which way I'm going on it.
Yeah. And during their bye week, this past weekend, Carolina fired their offensive coordinator.
They did. Poor Joe Brady.
He did his best, but he got stuck with Cam Newton, who honestly, after going to that Super Bowl 50, has been nothing but a curse for whatever offense he's playing on.
It's true. And Christian McCaffrey's played exactly like 3 games total in 9 years.
It's been a rough not quite that much, but the past 2 years have been rough for him.
Poor guy.
Yeah,
so it's tough whenever you have subpar quarterbacks, except for that time when Darling Sam Darnold was running wild, and then your star player is out. I mean, that's rough. So, he'll find a home somewhere eventually. His name's Brady. We'll see what happens. I'm actually guessing. I think I read it was Joe Brady, but I'm not positive.
I believe so too. Yeah. Do you have anything I might have missed? Anything you saw?
No.
Nope. Oh yeah. And I guess the biggest part of the news, just a quick headline: the Detroit Lions won a game.
Yes, they did. That is
their first game in 364 days. It's been almost exactly 1 year since they won a game.
All right, let's do this properly. But who would have seen that coming?
Patrick saw it.
Patrick saw it coming. Patrick saw it coming. Yeah, he called it. I've only picked Detroit to win twice this year.
Yeah.
I'm 50% on getting Detroit right.
But were you super confident going into this week?
Yes.
Though? Were you?
100% confident.
Okay.
I mean, if you go back and watch last week, I feel like I was pretty confident. I laid out exactly why I thought it happened, and I stuck with it, and they went for a big lead, and I'm like, shoot, they're going to Detroit this up. And they did, but darn it, they went back, and I found out why, because did you see Jared Goff's girlfriend? Oh, my God. I don't even know why he plays football.
Well, to keep giving her money.
Yeah, she don't need his money. She's Sports Illustrated swimsuit model. Woo! Man, I'm just kidding. But no, they got it done. Last second touchdown. Literally, they did it.
When that touchdown catch was made, the clock hit zeros.
Yep, it was good job, Detroit. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for Dan Campbell. Keep growing on it. Maybe you can get a second one. Probably not, but maybe. Maybe if you guys play Packers week 18 or 19 or maybe week 20 and they're resting everybody.
Week 20.
Anyway, okay. Well, that'd be
our not so breaking season news.
This is Up the Gut Not So Breaking News. News you may have already heard.
First, now real quick, you heard him talking to Vern in the comments. You might want to get back to those actually,
Vern.
because this is important.
Okay, well, let's just lay down the story. I said, "Welcome to the show. If you are Vern, don't comment." To which Vern said, $20. Yes, for $20 you can comment, Vern.
That's not what he means.
Oh, what's he mean?
What he means is before we left Montana, before I came back home, and you met Vern, and
Briefly.
y'all hit it off. Vern's a good guy, but
For a Patriots fan, he's all right.
he is a New England Patriots
He has been
fan.
he's been on the show.
He's been on the show quite a bit, but these two made a wager early, like before the regular season started, I believe.
I tell you what a wager though. I forgot I made it, to be honest. So I'm glad you guys remembered that I have to pay money out.
I remember.
But I made the bet. Not
Vernon.
that he would just like the Bills would win or the Patriots would win. No, that the Bills would sweep.
Yeah, he bet the Bills would sweep the Patriots, both games this season.
Like, that's cocky, which we should have. We should have won that. Like I said, I laid
had
it out.
so many opportunities.
The dropsies that happen, like I said, it'll happen to anybody at any given point in time. I just hated that happened to everybody, especially when Josh Allen was doing what he's doing. I don't know why anybody ever attempted to kick that game because, I don't care.
Because you needed points. You weren't hitting the end zone.
Yeah, but we had our opportunities. We flubbed it up. I don't think the Patriots necessarily won that game. They did, but they didn't do anything special. They ran it, and they didn't even run it so effectively. There was two good runs, and they would just grind out everything else.
Huge play.
Yeah, they had 50 total yards of offense, I think, in the second half. So it wasn't like an amazing game. Sorry if you guys watching, but I, therefore, lost my bet.
Indeed.
So I will have to Venmo Vern $20 or something, or I will mail you some pennies.
I believe, though, Vern has another offer.
Well, if he's still here. Oh, yeah. Here he said Patriots survived that game. That is true. It wasn't really a good game to watch, but that was less about the teams and more about the 30 to 50 mile an hour gust of winds. So,
but I talked to Vern. I called him not too long after the Monday game was over.
I don't talk to him.
And Vern said he had another offer for you, so I'm waiting for it to pop up here. But Vern
I'm watching.
But Vern told me that he was willing to give you double or nothing for the next game.
Double or nothing.
So if the Bills can win the next game, you guys are square.
Bills win the next game in 2 weeks in Foxborough?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, could that? Yes, I'll take it.
Okay, but if somehow the Patriots sweep,
then I will send you $40 in pennies.
In pennies, wow. That's why you have your box.
Yeah.
A bag or
I will pay more for shipping than I will for what is giving. No, I'll send it. If you guys Venmo or something.
No. Send them the pennies. And Vern, when you get them, I want you to send us a video of you opening this box of pennies. I want it for the show, whichever week that happens.
Get it. Anyway, so yeah, I'll take that bet because I don't think we're going to lose to them twice. Again, it's hard to beat teams consecutively, especially, it's hard to get two in a row in a season. So that makes sweeps hard. Even division games when teams aren't as good, Patriots or, Jets or like losing to Miami, like who does that?
Oh, a few teams. Isn't Miami like 6 and something this year?
Actually, they're one game behind us now. But we beat them twice. Patriots already lost to them once. But who's counting?
But I watched that Monday game. You went to bed at halftime. You weren't feeling so hot, and you had to be up early.
Yeah. I wasn't feeling so hot. I've kind of followed a little bit I watched a little bit on my phone. Checked in every now and again on the score. But
I watched that game, and it honestly made me kind of nostalgic. Do you remember when?
You got to give me more time. Do you remember that?
Do you remember what?
Hey, welcome back.
Do you remember when maybe not every team, but a lot of teams would run more than they threw the ball?
Yes.
Do you remember the day when the running back was even at one point the premier position on an offense and not the quarterback?
I do.
Oh, those were good days.
Well, we were just reminded of that, and it wasn't nearly as fun.
It'd been fun if more teams did. If it was the norm, it'd be more fun. It does make this game seem longer. There are fewer points put up. I get why the game has evolved as it has to be a quarterback league. But yeah, I really got the nostalgia feels watching the way the Patriots just ran the ball. Mac Jones only threw the ball 3 times. I was really hoping at the end of the game, if they had to win like that they would keep him from throwing the once.
No, that would have been great. Just that one really bad throw that was caught. That would have been. But then I think it was going towards halftime, or they felt like they had to push the ball a little bit, so they tried the screen, and then they're like, let's not do that.
Yeah.
So
I was like, if they would have won with him throwing the ball one time, that would have been maybe not an all-time record, but a Super Bowl era record.
You know what bothers me about all this, though?
What's that?
Is the tweets coming out where people are like, oh, man, Belichick's a genius. How is it a genius whenever you're in 30 to 50 mile an hour winds to run the ball? I feel that's it's more of a notation about how bad his quarterback would play in those conditions, how he didn't trust his quarterback, than it is him being a genius. It's like, well, I don't have what it takes to throw in this, so we'll just run.
It's less, he knows how to make the best of what he has. He knew Mac Jones wasn't going to be throwing the ball 35 times in that game, but I do feel that in practice leading up to this game, they focus on run blocking so much.
Yeah, I believe regardless of the wins, they would have been hesitant to throw in that game anyway, just because the way Bill's defense is taking it away.
But I do believe that if the weather was better, they would have thrown more than 3 times.
Not many more, I don't think. It was going to be on the minimum.
I think in a good weather, it would have been about 10 to 15.
The only thing that would have changed how much they thrown is if we would have got the lead and forced them into it. That's the only thing. And that would have been just devastating for everything.
But you watch it, though, and the offensive line, now there are a few plays where the Bills did blow it up, and there's some like negative 5-yard runs, because if you're going to run every time, there's a few that aren't going to work. But if you look at all the runs that gave them a positive gain, the run blocking was so crisp. There were a few holds here and there that didn't get called. Nothing like super egregious, nothing like this. I don't want to point your sweater. It's actually really nice.
It's a really good sweater. But there was a couple of grabbing on that and just kind of turning the body. Again, the one thing I've mentioned to him, the refs weren't great in this one, but it's par for the course. It's the refs. But they were consistently not calling stuff. I didn't see. There was a couple of stuff they called hold on us, the fastest delay of game penalty ever seen. Because it was like half a second after zeros when the ball's being hiked, and somehow the ref was able to see the clock and the ball and know that was that late. Like, that was bullshit. But there was a couple of stuff called, but most time they were sticking to what they were, which was a ref team that didn't call a lot of penalties, which I'm sure Belichick knew. So I'm sure Belichick said, hey, be a little tuggy. I mean, we all know Belichick will work the rules and the non-rules any way he can. Yeah. If he knows someone's going to let you play, if someone doesn't call pass interference, you'll see a little more tugs downfield. If he knows they don't call holds, you're going to see a little more holds. So,
but I'll give him this: like watching that game, it might not have been the most rushing yards in the game, but watching the offensive linemen hit all their double teams and the dudes sliding up to the second level to get the linebackers, as far as run blocking goes, that might be one of my top 5 games of this season. They nailed it. It had to have been all week.
Yeah, we might have to play some Call of Duty Vanguard. I'm just reading comments at this point. There's so much I can listen to you gush over the offensive line. We know they have a good offensive line. I love offensive line play.
I know you do. It rarely gets the attention it deserves when it's good.
It does get attention when it's bad, though. Sorry, Vern just said let's go.
So because when it's bad, you usually have like a running back or a quarterback get murdered. It's easy to see bad offensive line play.
I've seen it this year.
But when you see good offensive line play, they're usually like, oh, the quarterback was great. Like, yeah, he hit all day and throw in the pocket. Hey, I just wanted to give the big guys their shine because rarely does it happen.
Well, that's good.
That's all I wanted.
Give credit where credit's due, though.
Yeah.
This is like the 3rd game in a row. Deion Dawkins allowed 0 pressures.
Yep.
That's left tackle genius. Okay, you got to talk to him just a little bit because I'm gonna text Chad, let him know the picks are on.
That's right. We are about to do our picks, which Patrick did win last week by 1.
Yeah.
Patrick was the only one to get 10 right. Ogre and I got 9 apiece. And the one game that set him apart from us to give him that little bump was the Detroit Lions game.
Yeah, I mean, I picked Detroit Lions. I also picked the Seahawks over the 49ers, but Lamar got me. Couldn't even throw a nice out route on a 2-point conversion. Like, come on, man. You were there. You had it for the win, and you just didn't finish. I picked you.
But we each had a game where we were the only one right. You had Detroit and Seattle. I had Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And he had the Chargers.
Ooh, was that Cincinnati?
Yes. Cincinnati getting their cheeks clapped. They tried to make a comeback at one point, then they just, like, it was all Chargers, then all Bengals, then all Chargers again.
Here, watch this. You ready?
What's up? Oh, God, look who's here.
We got him.
He didn't bring a hat this time.
Oop, what was that?
It's just my water.
It's probably Duke.
One of the
Duke's
two.
down here. Duke is Patrick's dog. He's a slobbery, snotty bulldog, and he's adorable.
One of these days, we'll get you the Duke camera so you guys can look at him because he's amazing. But we were just saying that I indeed won the picks this week.
You did?
He did, thanks to
I
him
won.
picking Detroit.
Mm.
He
Would you
beat
give him 5 for that to get him ahead of
Yeah.
us?
no, but he beat us by 1.
But I guess I had the Detroit and the Seattle game, and
Yeah,
then
because he was the only one to pick Seattle and Detroit.
he had Pittsburgh.
I was the only one to get the Pittsburgh one right, and you were the only one to get the Chargers over Cincinnati.
Which surprised me because Cincinnati did
I
not
mean,
look good.
We all picked wrong with Buffalo, and we all picked wrong with thinking the Jets would win. But granted, at the time, we didn't know.
We didn't know Gardner was going
Yeah,
to
we
be in
didn't
there.
know Minshew was going to
We
play.
thought it was going to be a hurt
Hurts.
Jalen.
A hurt hurts.
So
Now that Minshew's playing,
Oh, he was
I may
amazing.
pick them
I'm picking
forever.
Philly the rest of
Yeah,
Well, no, because I think
They
Hurts,
may win out.
Hurts. I think Hurts is coming back already.
I don't think they're going to put Hurts back in that quick.
They are.
Oh,
'Cause
they're-
they're Philly. They're dumb. Yeah, I said it. You're dumb, Eagles. I
Yeah.
shouldn't say the city of Philly, but the Eagles.
the audience is knowing that you are not wearing your Bill shirt anymore.
Yeah, next wearing his Cheese Kingdom stuff.
All right,
But now the
well,
ogre's here. You know what that means?
I know what it means. Do you know what it means?
It means it's time
To make more
pick 'em.
picks.
So yes, I'm back to being 4 games behind Patrick, but it's okay. We still got a few weeks left in the playoffs. I still got a shot to come back, starting with tomorrow night, Pittsburgh at Minnesota. Now with
Ooh, no
Minnesota,
Dalvin Cook.
well,
no
questionable. We don't-
questionable.
He's probably gonna be a game time decision. Thielen is out.
Thielen's out. That's
Joe
a big
Hayden
one.
is still out, but he hasn't been in a while anyway for Pittsburgh.
Oh, I know who I'm going to pick. I'll go ahead and start this one. I am going to go with Minnesota.
Even with you still think they're going to build? They
Still have Justin
They
Jefferson.
still have Justin Jefferson. Well, granted, Justin Jefferson had a hell of a game against Detroit. They still lost that one.
Yeah, he had a hell of a game. Yeah.
Justin Jefferson is amazing. He's only in the second year, and he looks like he could be, if he can keep track and not catch a huge injury or get stuck with a bottom of the barrel quarterback, I already think Justin Jefferson could be a Hall of Famer.
I mean,
He's
that's-
got all the
that's
skills.
Very possible.
LSU can crank out some wide receivers. It's ridiculous.
You're ridiculous.
But I think Minnesota too, because Minnesota rarely plays 2 bad games in a row. I don't think they're going to blow out Pittsburgh by any means, but I think they're going to get their crap a little bit together. If Dalvin Cook doesn't play, their running back, their backup Madison is honestly maybe almost just as good.
He has been running.
When
I
he
don't know what
gets it-
happened this last week. I didn't see his stats, but
when he plays well.
I'm picking Minnesota too. They're not going to lose 2 in a row, I don't think. And I
I
don't
hope
think
not.
Pittsburgh's got a lot that they're trying to play for at this point.
Dylan picked Vikings.
Nice. All right, and then we start Sunday with Dallas at the Washington football team.
Ooh.
Now, as well as Dallas has been playing,
You mean as bad as Dallas has been playing?
I meant Washington.
Yeah, Washington.
As well as
playing.
Washington, as well as Heineke has been leading that team,
And Nikki.
I think Dallas has too much talent. Granted, Pollard might not be playing because I know he's injured now. We'll see what happens come Sunday. But I think just up and down with all the receivers back, I think Dallas might just be a bit too much. So I'm taking the Cowboys.
I'm with you on the Cowboys. I think that Washington football team's been playing, but they've been playing some like knockout, drag out, barely win against some maybe not as good teams.
They've been some good character wins. But
yeah, it's win's a win. That's good.
But I don't think they've beaten anybody with the talent that Dallas has.
And it's a division game. Although it is in Washington, I'm going to have to say Dallas, especially with Cooper and CeeDee Lamb being in. So
And Zeke
and
won't
Dwight
stay,
Schrute.
Zeke won't stay down forever either.
No.
Zeke sucks.
Yeah, but they got Pollard.
Zeke's had a rough year, but
Zeke,
he had a
Zeke
little bit
has
of a
rough.
He had
Ever since he had a great rookie year, he's had a rough few years.
Oh, I know that, but he had a moment because Pollard had a really good game, and then he had a couple good games, and now he's regressing, but he's injured. So we'll see. But I'm not saying they're going to focus around the run game on this one. It's going to be
Dak
and
airing it out.
So the Washington football team beat Dallas in Dallas earlier in the year. I watched the game. It was fantastic. I want to pick the Washington football team again because they are at home now and they are grinding. I feel like they got more guts than Dallas.
Oh, yeah.
And I want to pick them because you guys have both picked Dallas. But I do feel like it's hard to win both, rivalry games in your own conference. I think it's hard. But I'm going to go ahead and pick the Washington football team anyway.
All right.
Woohoo! Chad's going for it. And Dylan says Dallas.
All right. Jacksonville at Tennessee. This is harder to pick than it should be.
Yeah. Do we know if anybody's back on Tennessee yet?
I haven't seen anything.
Wow. Because I think Julio was out for the year or was he IR? I can't remember.
I think he's on IR. Because I didn't see anything about him being out for the year, but Julio gets hurt a lot.
Yeah. And Tennessee did not look good, but they're coming off the bye, right?
Yes.
I'm going to pick Vrabel and the Titans.
Ogre's taking the Titans.
Not by much.
I'm going to pick Tennessee also just because Jacksonville has been just not impressive.
Not good at all. I too will take Tennessee. Although I
won't be surprised. Oh, Dylan says Julio should be back and he's pitting the Titans.
I think Jacksonville's going to make it a way closer game than it should be. Tennessee should be mushing Jacksonville.
Yeah, it should be, but again, no Derrick Henry. Come back from injury, Julio. I don't even know about A.J. Brown yet. And A.J. Brown's the important one there. So
yeah. All right. A couple bottom feeders here. Seattle at Houston.
Ooh, did I pick Seattle last time?
You did.
This game isn't really worth talking about too much time on. I'm picking Seattle.
Seattle. I am as well, because as bad as Seattle's been playing, they are too talented to let Houston beat them.
Houston has their ups and downs, and they'll randomly surprise you, but I don't think it's this week. So give me Seattle.
Because Seattle did seem to pick it up against the Niners. Granted, you usually play better in division game because you want it more, but they showed that when things work, they can still.
They got Tyler Lockett moving.
Yeah, got Tyler Lockett moving. DK's still a beast if he can ever just actually catch the ball.
If the Texans keep playing the way they've been playing, really.
Oh, I think the Texans are
just
tanking.
even everything that's went on with the franchise with obviously J.J. Watt.
Oh, that was my other piece.
Deshaun Watson going to the chiropractor.
That's my other piece of news I forgot. We have our first.
Sorry.
We have our first mathematically eliminated team from playoff contention. and it was Houston.
So we should start calling them instead of the Dallas Cowboys and the Houston Cowgirls until they can get back on track to show that they've got.
How crazy
Chad, that's so misogynistic.
How crazy is it that Detroit just won their first game and they still haven't been eliminated from playoff contention yet?
No, I saw.
They let DeAndre Hopkins go.
Oh,
J.J. Watt,
Houston let
Deshaun
everybody
Watson
go.
because he got.
They still have him.
Still there. He's just not playing.
Huh?
He's still on the team. They just won't play him.
Yeah, because of all
he's still getting paid. What's he care? He just has more time for chiropractic.
Now he's just making money and not getting hurt.
I didn't say he was gone, Deshaun Watson. I'm just saying he is getting.
Oh yeah, he's getting a lot of their money for no output.
Oh, and Seattle for Dylan.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not calling it cowgirls. It's an insult to cowgirls.
Although they are the only team with an actual cow on their helmet.
Yeah.
I guess the only reason the Cowboys are called that is because they can't call themselves the Dallas Stars because that was already taken by the hockey team. All right. Your game up next, Vegas at Kansas City.
Why don't you pick this one?
I'll pick this
I
one.
know who he's picking. Las Vegas.
It's the late game on a Sunday. Or no, it's the early game. Sorry.
Early.
It's one of the early games.
The noon game.
I know what the late game is on Sunday.
Me too.
No doubt. At this point, we're making the move to place ourselves where we need to be for the playoffs at this time. We haven't had the best looking wins, but our defense for the last several weeks has looked much better. I hate the Raiders games because they're always, it's a big rivalry for us.
Yeah.
But I'm going to pick the Chiefs to win this game, and it's going to be kind of a high scoring game. I believe this is going to be like a 35 to 24.
Ooh, by 11.
Didn't Vegas beat you guys last time?
Oh, I gotta go back
We
for that.
have not played them yet this year.
I thought you did.
I'll check.
Yeah.
I'm
picking Kansas City, but I thought you guys had played them already over. No, you guys already played them. Because it was whenever all my family was in Vegas. Because like, oh, we go see the Raiders in Kansas City play in Vegas.
I thought we had two games with them up here in the next 3 weeks.
I think that might have been Denver because I think
That's
you just played Denver for the first time. Yeah. But he's checking your schedule.
Yeah.
Kansas City's 2021 schedule.
He's doing some crack research here.
Yes. They beat the Raiders the first time back on November.
Oh, no, that's right. You guys, that was your get right.
That was
game.
Mahomes' 5 touchdown
That
day.
was the get right.
That's
game.
what we're gonna have another 5 touchdowns.
I'm picking Kansas City anyway, just because Raiders don't have a coach and they're just gonna put a bit of fumble out of here.
They have been looking really bad lately. I also am picking KC.
So's Dylan.
Because KC at home, regardless of how bad they are, they're still tough.
But they've been playing better on the road. I know because when I watched their game, that's all they talked about. Anyway.
All right. New Orleans at the Jets. Oof.
Yeah, I know who I want to pick.
I am too, because Kamara's coming back.
I'm picking the Saints, yeah.
Milk Vic still has a busted up finger. But I still think with Kamara coming back, he gives him so many more options.
Stop being racist.
I love that nickname. I'm sorry.
That's a horrible nickname.
But I too am picking New Orleans.
Yeah, I'm going to take New Orleans also, but just because I believe in that defense over baby boy.
I believe in Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara got paid all that money by the Saints to stay, and he's been worth every penny since.
Dylan's also on the New Orleans bandwagon.
I do love it when a big star gets his new contract and he doesn't just immediately fall off. I love seeing that. All right. Atlanta, Carolina. That's actually kind of a tough game to call.
I'm going to pick Atlanta.
Ooh. Atlanta.
I don't even know who's on Carolina anymore. If they let Cam Newton start, and then you got PJ Walker, who hasn't been extremely amazing. Christian McCaffrey, I believe, is still out.
Oh, he's out for the rest of the year, I think.
Yeah, so.
I, too, would take Atlanta.
Do the Dirty Birds for me.
Dirty Birds.
I don't know the dance. But this is an awesome
I haven't seen it since they went to the Super Bowl and got blasted by the Broncos.
Carolina for Dylan. He's got that Newton face.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, Baltimore at Cleveland.
Ooh, didn't that just happen like 2 weeks ago?
Who was it? Baltimore?
I think
Cleveland?
so.
Yeah, because that was the Cleveland game. Isn't that where he threw like 5 interceptions and they still won?
Yes, that was 4 interceptions.
Put me down for the Browns.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's right down here.
That's right, it's a Sunday night game, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and give me the Browns on this one too. I mean, they picked him off that many times. We'll see him do it again and maybe actually win this time. Baltimore is just talk about it.
Cleveland?
I got Cleveland.
Talk about a team falling on their face. The way Baltimore has been playing these last several weeks, Miami, Cleveland, Pittsburgh. I mean, they should have been 0-3 in that stretch.
I'm taking Baltimore.
Go
ahead. I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead. Tell me why.
Because as bad as they've been playing, I think they've shown that anybody, they're the luckiest team in the NFL.
They are lucky, but they also have no secondary now.
True. They don't have to say, but they do. They are playing against the duct tape quarterback because one good hit, he's going to fall to pieces.
Yeah. Did he get off a bye week last week or was he playing? I can't remember.
Bye week.
Okay. He's going to be healthier. The running team's going to be healthier.
But
Everything's going to be a little bit
better.
Yes.
For his sake, don't you're for his sake. I hope so. I like Baker Mayfield.
Dylan says Baltimore.
I believe Baltimore.
I think their running back Lamar Jackson. I think he actually has gotten a little bit. Stuff has gotten in his head a little bit, and
they're running back Lamar Jackson.
I guess he's a quarterback.
No, you had it right.
You had it right.
I think he's a little gun shy at this point, honestly. And I think with the secondary, like he said, and Baker Mayfield can hit his targets. We know that.
He can, as long as he doesn't have a defender in his face.
I think they're going to be just fine.
Well, you guys want to dip in Lamar Jackson just a little bit?
I mean, quarterback-wise, he hasn't been playing well at all. He hasn't.
He hasn't really been playing that well running back-wise here lately.
No,
but everything has still fallen Baltimore's way.
Yeah.
No, they definitely have really, and that's really because their defense is taking so many hits now. It's going to have trouble. But, I always get all jacked up because I was a big on the Lamar Jackson, let him sit in that pocket and learn how to throw and he'll get better.
Yeah.
I was clearly wrong about that because the more he's in the pocket, the worse he's been getting.
But it didn't start off that way this year.
No, it didn't. He started out, he had one where he threw like 400 yards and it killed him in fantasy. But I sat
what he
down
did.
there because people kept talking about him in the MVP race, and I'm
That
like,
400-yard games will hurt your knee.
yeah, it is what hurt my knee. And so I was sitting there, I'm like, you know what? Let's look at this. And so I went for percentage, completion percentage, passing yards, touchdowns, touchdown interception ratio, and maybe not completion percentage. He used to be pretty high completion percentage guy, but he was like not even top 20, or he was top 20 in most of those categories quarterback.
Yeah.
That's not great.
It's only
So
32
then,
starters.
because I was doing this with Matt, and I said, okay, now let's look at rushing. And I'd ask Matt, where do you think he is in yards and rushing amongst quarterbacks, running backs, everybody? He was fifth in rushing yards amongst active running backs since I think in 2019 when he started. That is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that he's a better quarterback than running back? Well, the stats don't show it, you guys. He has won every accolade on his feet and being a running back. And the only reason and the only reason he's that efficient as a running back is because people are still playing the pass for whatever stupid reason. The more people play run first, pass as a secondary, the worse he's gotten.
He won't burn you all game on the pass. He will not.
No,
he'll get you a couple plays.
And that's only when Mark Andrews is amazing.
Unless it's for some reason Mark Andrews is deep. He'll catch everything.
Yeah, Mark Andrews, for what odd reason, is just a miracle man, and he has made Lamar's passing career.
Yeah.
But he can't do it all.
But I think something's going to happen this weekend. I think the Browns are going to look good, but something is going to go wrong Baltimore's way to give them another 2-point victory.
See, I feel like that's what happened the first time, 4 interceptions, and you still get the victory. But I don't think Baker's going to be as bad this time. Yeah. I think their rushing game is going to be better, and then they know how to play him defensively.
For Baker's sake, I hope they play better because I don't want to see the Cleveland fans drive him out of town.
Duke, you want to come say hi to everybody?
All right.
Oh, he's going to sleep.
Oh, a classic New York versus LA matchup. The Giants and the Chargers. It's easy.
Yeah.
Chargers. Especially after the way they played last
Even though they're a roller coaster of a team. Stink one week, amazing the next week, stink, freaking wipe out the
Giants
Bengals.
or the Chargers?
The Chargers.
No,
Giants just aren't good.
Giants are bad even in the games they win.
I don't think the Chargers are as wishy-washy as a lot of
They have been. They've stunk up some games bad. I think the Ravens might have been one of them. And then they come out and just annihilate Cincinnati, who just won a huge game against and squashed Pittsburgh, who barely sneaks a win against Ravens. NFL makes no sense.
All right. Detroit at Denver. Does Detroit win 2 in a row?
Ooh. Oh, hold on. Dylan Garten picked the Chargers, and Dylan also has picked Detroit. Good job, Dylan.
What?
No, he hasn't done that yet.
Say that. Dylan will pick Denver because he's a Broncos fan.
Ooh, you know what? If any time they would win a second game, it would be in Denver.
Not in Denver though.
That's the only reason I'm wondering. I'm going to give it to Denver because Denver just lost to the Chiefs, and it wasn't exactly a close game. And on top of that, Detroit just came off a home wrecker of a game.
They're Super Bowl
in division win, and there's always a hangover on that one. So
I'm going Denver too, as much as I would like to say the Lions.
I would love to say the Lions win another one, just like Dylan says, Detroit, but I'm going to go Denver. Dylan,
not saying Detroit.
I know how much of a fan. Dylan's a good fan. He will never not pick Denver, and that's what I love about him. He named his baby Up the Gut Baby. That's so nice of him.
The official baby of Up the
Gut. He named it Up the Gut. Like that's his first name. Up the Gut Show Garten. That's what you told me.
That is not what I told you.
And Robert has picked Denver, so we're good.
All right. San Francisco at Cincinnati. Here's a couple real up and down teams.
I know who I'm going to pick on that one.
San Francisco because Debo's back?
No.
We
don't know if Debo's back. I thought you said he's questionable.
No, he's back in practice. Dalvin Cook is questionable for tomorrow.
Oh, so Debo may play?
Debo may play. Debo's back in practice.
It's not going to change my opinion.
So we're thinking Cincy?
Yeah, I'm thinking Cincy. They just come out but they're not going to do that twice. And San Francisco hasn't showed me a lot of consistency themselves. So I'm going to go with the team that I felt has been a little more consistent throughout the year.
Give me Cincinnati also.
What Super Bowl was it when the Niners played the Cincinnati Bengals?
Not the one Montana with the catch?
Woods like 25?
Yeah, that's been a long time.
Yeah.
I'm picking Cincy on this one too.
I was probably in diapers.
I watched it. You might have been.
You were
No,
already
we
shaving
were-
your face.
But you were in diapers till you're like 7 though. So
No, I was 17, but we don't have to
17.
bring that up.
Nice. So
Taylor
Cincy
just like,
crossed
I don't know how to respond to that one.
I mean-
Bengals for Dylan and Robert's
like-
got the Niners.
Like I get it, the twins is scary. I get it. That sound it makes,
it's
like
just
it's
so
roaring
much
at you.
easier not to get up.
Yeah, but then it's not as fun to sit on.
Are you going to go to the bathroom? Depends. Anyway,
All right, now your game, Buffalo at Tampa.
Buffalo.
Yeah, I don't even need to ask you. But Ogre, who you thinking? I see wheels turning.
This one's going to be a tough one
It is.
because Tampa Bay's got a decent defense.
Tampa
Who hasn't
Bay
really
hasn't-
played up to
They
it,
have not been playing well though.
but they've been playing better at home, and they are at home. They do have Tom Brady, but Buffalo just come off a heartbreaker. They're probably, unless it's raining in Florida, which there's always a possibility, it should be some pretty nice weather, which is when Buffalo can really spread you out and make you pay. And it wouldn't surprise me at all if Buffalo didn't come out in this and just, they may not start a single running back, just go 5 wides and just chuck it. So you know what? Let's just let Josh do everything.
I'm
Couple
going to go
design
against the
runs.
grain here. I'm going to pick the Bucks. This is getting close late in the season, and here's why I say it. I think Tom Brady understands where to get his team ready. He always has.
Bucks and
That
Bucks.
defense, the last week, I think we seen them. We were watching a little bit on TV. They were extremely fast.
Yeah.
They were extremely fast. I think it's that time of year where the Bucks are going to start showing their presence, just like the Chiefs need to do, and just like the Bills need to do, just like the Packers need to do. But I think being the fact that it's in Tampa, I think it's going to be a nail biter. I think it's going to be 33-31, 33, 34, something like that. It's going to be a really close game and with field goal.
If there's one thing I've learned from Tampa Bay over the past couple of years, all of their success has come from copying what the Patriots do. Everything.
So they're going to run it and let Tom Brady throw it twice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not so much twice, but Tom.
Leonard Fournette does scare me because he is a physical.
Yes,
physical
and
basketball.
Tampa Bay also has a good run blocking offensive line.
They do.
And
I think
I don't think it's going to be quite like the Patriots when he only throws the ball 3 times, but I would bet you, unless they have to, unless you guys put up some numbers and they have to, Tom Brady will throw fewer than 20 attempts.
I see Buffalo going up quick in this one from slinging it, maybe a turnover too, because Tom Brady's been pretty turnover heavy lately.
True.
And so I think Buffalo goes up quick, and then it's just a play catch-up game. So you'll see less of Lenny.
I hope the Bills win this.
Yeah, me too.
But
Especially me because they're in my conference. But I think Tampa Bay will copy everything that New England did right and use that again against the Bills because
I think it's honestly the Bills' defense were on the field a lot
in some bad conditions.
in bad conditions.
But they still played really good.
They played on
entire time.
Monday. They played on
did.
Monday.
They just got
short
they
rest.
just got worn
Now
out.
they're
It's Sunday
traveling.
night. It's not that much.
I get
shorter.
it. I get it. It's still a little different. They're
Yeah.
professionals. I'm gonna stick with the pick.
But everybody's picking the Bucks but me, so
Bucks
there's
by-
a chance for me to.
There is.
And I say this is a pretty handy. This is a statement game. This is the first time we played Brady since he left New England.
And again,
This
like
is-
I said, we want Buffalo to win, but our brains are telling us Tampa's going to do something.
I
just
understand the
think
pick.
Bucks.
It's just this is by no means an easy pick.
I think
but-
the Bucks are 10 points better than the Patriots, even in the other conditions.
Oh, I don't think so. Did you see them play in similar conditions that weren't as cold and they
I-
both sucked?
I think.
They lost to the football team.
I think they came out and they ran really hard. I mean, I hadn't seen their running backs run that good all year.
No, because the Bucks weren't
But-
10 points better.
I'm
than
not
the
saying
Patriots back when they played the Patriots.
I'm saying I think right now I do.
I think the Bucks aren't even as good as they were last year at this point, and they weren't this good last year.
they
at
were
this
just
point.
starting to climb at this point.
Yeah, this is they were
That's the
7-5
Yeah.
last year at this point. So I don't know what the record is right now, but it's got to be something close to that.
I think they're like
8-4.
8-4, maybe.
Yeah. So they're right about what they were last year. But watch this.
Be a good game.
It's going to be Sunday night a game again, which I don't remember that we had this many primetime games, but that's
You've
2
had
Mondays and 2 Sundays and a Thanksgiving game so far.
Yeah.
Like Buffalo's where it's at. You
well,
want some
well, no,
drama?
This
We
isn't
got you.
This isn't the prime time game because the prime time game
yeah.
Sunday night, Packers Bears.
No, we're Sunday night game. I think it might be a doubleheader.
No,
I swear I just saw it on my phone. It said Sunday night
we
football.
are the Sun. Maybe next week.
Packers,
No.
Bears.
Packers Bears for Sunday night.
You're at the Bears?
No, they are coming to Lambeau. We were already in Chicago earlier this year.
Yeah, let's pick the Packers.
I can't trust the Bears at this point.
No, me neither.
But your boy is coming back.
Fields is?
Yes, Fields is coming back. But yeah, this is the one if you.
Okay, it is a 3:25. Why did I say Sunday night?
I don't know. Is it? Are you guys next week Sunday night?
No, I swear it said Sunday night. They might have flexed it though.
Primetime wannabe.
Oh,
Primetime wannabe.
We've had a lot of prime times.
you have because it's because the Bills are a must-watch team. Because people need
Are
to
they
know.
the must-watch team, or was it the other team that was the must-watch team?
You shut your mouth.
No, because the Bills are the.
We beat the Chiefs this year.
People want to know.
On prime time. Anyway, sorry.
Are the Bills
So did the Titans,
because everyone wants to
So
know, are the
did
Bills the new kings of the East?
the Ravens.
And the Bills are a much better team now than they were even 3 years ago.
Sure. I like the Bills. I'm not hating on them. Not at all.
I mean, you're a little bit.
No.
Calling them wannabe primetime.
No, he's just trying to give me a hard time.
He
You know
said
what
they're
he's
prime
doing.
time. I wish they were Sunday night, though.
But here, let's.
I would much rather watch the Bills Bucks at late night when I can relax
It's going to be a better
'Cause I will
game
probably
than
miss that game.
the Chicago Green Bay game.
by far. I know, listen, I'm an old Bears fan, and he's a Packers fan, but I just don't see this game being too exciting.
But here's the thing, though. We're testing my magical powers because I'm picking Green Bay. What usually happens when I pick Green Bay?
Yeah, I really should pick against them. I really should. But no, I'm gonna pick Green
Because
Bay.
so far this year, in the few times I've
I'm
actually
surprised you
believed
picked
Green Bay
them.
to win, they lost.
There's only been like one time where we trusted them and they did.
There's been a couple, but they lost those games. But almost every time I pick against Green Bay, regardless of the opponent or the situation, Green Bay has won. Like last week or the week before, whenever we lost to Minnesota, I'm pretty sure I picked Green Bay for that one. Yeah, I picked the Rams to win. Green Bay beat them. Oh, no, I did pick Minnesota to beat us, and they beat us. So
Okay.
one time it worked. But no, Green Bay, there's no reason they should lose to Chicago.
Dylan picks Packers.
Justin Fields comes out, throws 385
That would be the only thing.
yards, 4 touchdowns, runs for another 80.
But isn't
Would
Allen
be
Robinson still
awesome.
out?
I think so. But the only thing that's not believable in that is Fields running for 80 yards on us. I could see that because running quarterbacks have been our kryptonite since forever. But I think our offense can, with everyone else in except for Bakhtiari, he's been gone all year. We have the offensive power to put up numbers that the Bears can't match. All we got to do is protect Aaron Rodgers. That's it. If we can protect Aaron Rodgers, we can establish a run game, get some screens going for Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon, who you started to really like. I started to
Hammer.
really like.
Didn't we call him a Hammer? I feel like
Someone-
that's the nickname we gave
You
him.
did start calling him the Hammer.
Yeah.
Because his legs might be bigger than Saquon's.
It has nothing to do with his leg size, just that he just hammers it right in there.
Like, you need
He just
legs
pulls
to do
right
that.
at it.
Yeah, because he's got those legs that just don't stop.
You guys talking about legs and body parts? And
No, I'm just talking about him being the hammer.
Don't tell me you don't like seeing a good set of quads on your running back when you know he's got legs to push the pile forward and not backwards. You need a strong running back. You need that thoroughbred.
I really did. Only reason I know is because he posted on Twitter that he's Quadzilla.
Yeah, he
But
posted
I'd
the
rather
second
call
one.
him the
He's like,
I
hammer.
used to tell a joke about Tom Brady to Patrick whenever I first met him back in 17. I'm not sure it's really up
Kid
the
show.
gut.
Man, it's kids show.
It's not really up the gut worthy.
Look, we're not at that point in the show yet. Go for it. Go for it. Why you got a shot? Before Papa Philip shows up, he's mad at you for saying bad words.
Nope, I'm not going to go there.
Oh, don't tease him. Or me. I want to
Go
hear
for it.
Yeah.
We once said that Tom Brady, when having sex with Gazelle,
Yeah.
most people would walk up and then stick it in and have sex. Well, Tom Brady sticks it in and then walks up. The GOAT.
Yeah, man.
The GOAT.
The most
Josh Allen?
the most successful.
GOAT.
I wouldn't say the greatest.
You know what? Here's the thing, though. I own goats. We have several. We've
They're
got one
stupid
named
animals.
Jordan. We had one named Brady that my son named.
And we killed them
And
both.
Brady got a parasite and died about a month and a half ago. Brady is dead.
It's funny just because his
He's
name's
been dead
Brady,
to
but
me
it's
for
still
years.
sad because you lost an animal.
Yeah, that's too bad.
It's a goat. They're more weed eaters. They're not really pets.
No, they're horrible animals. I personally
They're
cannot
not.
stand
They're
them.
great.
Their eyes.
My daughter walked up to my wife the other day with a whole handful of poop and said, "Mommy."
Raisins.
How old is she?
Chocolate.
Year and a half.
Okay, that makes sense. I was hoping you were going to say something like 8.
No.
All right, last game,
So
Monday
let's
night.
pick these games.
Monday night. Sorry about the goat tangent.
This is the one I don't know about.
Rams at Cardinals.
I'm going to let you guys pick for me.
I've got to go Arizona.
Dylan, appreciate you on the show.
He picked Rams.
Way to pick every game.
Rams.
Did you write them down? Did you write Dylan's down?
They keep track of their own.
Okay.
I'm going Arizona. Arizona's back to almost full strength. They might be missing like
This is the game of the week,
defense.
fellas. Between the Bills and the Bucks, or this and the Rams. I mean,
I just kicked my water.
who do you got?
I got Arizona.
I don't know that I have an upset pick of the week. Give me a second. I'll run through them while you're doing
I want
yours.
Arizona to win, but I'm going to go off the limb here. I'm going to pick the Rams on this one. I think they have to pull together on this one. And if they don't win, I think their season's over at this point.
Rams would be the upset pick of the week if you picked them, just because
so.
Arizona's already beaten them once in LA.
I don't think that was close either.
And you got Hopkins and you got my pocket quarterback just
a fresh because they just come off injury.
Like I said, I like the Cardinals.
I love the Cardinals.
I don't love them. I like them.
I need them.
I think they're a better team, but I think the Rams need to.
You think the Rams will play harder?
Something. Yeah,
the Rams really got more to prove, but they just
way more to prove with all the.
So are you taking the Rams?
I'm taking the Rams.
Oh man!
Yeah.
All right. Last time this game happened, I picked the Rams, and I said I learned my lesson. I will be picking Arizona.
And now you'll learn your lesson again.
Maybe. Now I'm going to say this, though. I have been seeing more. I think another national NFL media did another story that said, why is everybody ignoring how good the Rams are? Or not the Rams, sorry. Why is everybody ignoring how good the Cardinals are?
Seen it.
Why is the Cardinal not getting respect? They've always had respect on this show. I picked them to be the best in the NFC. We called it from the get-go, and we've loved them every second. So if you're watching a show that hasn't given the Cardinals love, guess what? You're watching the wrong show. Watch this one where we call it like we see it, and we call it right.
Yep.
Called it from the beginning of the year.
Now, don't get me wrong. I need Arizona to start losing so we can get that 1 seed and get that bye. And the home field advantage throughout. But
Matt, you can want in one hand and shit in the other. See which one fills up quicker, too.
I mean, but I also want my pick to be right.
You know what's really funny, though, is I said all this good stuff and picked the Cardinals to be so good. But if you go back just a little bit farther, whenever they got JJ, I'm like, they didn't even make the playoffs. You're going for success. We're not going to get it there. And then I did some research. I'm like, they're going to be great.
I mean, they're not. I mean, you're right, though. They didn't get from JJ. JJ didn't do a whole lot before he got hurt again.
Well, I mean, again, JJ is just as
JJ's like his spirit that comes to the. It's like a Tim Tebow.
It's not even so much what he does; it's who he is and his work ethic and how he drives people to be better. And that's why the Cardinals were good with Kurt Warner. It wasn't just Kurt Warner as a great quarterback, but he did stuff like he took a young Larry Fitzgerald who was trying to be a diva receiver, and he said, "Hey, what the heck?" And he's like, "You're right." And he became the most humble, badass receiver, #FitzProBowl ever. So, again,
DeAndre Hopkins is really kind of pretty awesome.
He's not as humble, though, because whenever you say, "Hey, DeAndre, you're the best," he goes, "I know it." That's not humble.
But you know what?
It may be right,
but
it's not humble.
When Belichick says that to him walking across the field, and he says, "I know."
Mm-hmm.
But have you ever seen him put something on Twitter or anything like that?
I have heard that he drives around and flips people off from a sports car. I hear he's not the best guy in the world, just a great receiver.
Maybe.
Oh, he was flipping off Trump supporters.
Really?
Yep. That's where I heard it. Anyway, so again,
that's his right.
I will sometime cut up some snippets from ours and put a little montage up of the love we've given. But when people say, "Oh, the Cardinals are good," who would have seen that coming? Or why aren't they getting the respect they deserve? No, it's always happened here. Always happened here. And that's why we should have way more than 3 people watching live right now.
Yeah.
Which brings us to our next.
Hold on.
Our next segment. We
got to end this segment. So what do we do?
That was Monday night. We picked them.
We're going to pick them!
All right, Chad, you're on a tangent there. You go and do what you got to do.
We are on what? Flippin' Flip that guy?
We are on the what, Ailers?
We are on the most negative segment of this show.
We are on the most negative segment of the show. Thank you, Philip Rivers.
Flippin', dadgummit!
And if this makes you feel like you can put some more emphasis behind us, you can grab it and be like all WWE with it, take the mic.
Do you need a mic?
You need a mic?
Do you have someone? Do you have some, Chad?
Oh, yeah, he's ready.
This is not something that happened last week. This is something that happens this week.
Uh-oh.
If it happens.
Is this a predicting the future?
Oh
This
my
is
gosh.
prediction.
This has never happened.
Never.
For whoever in that Philadelphia locker room has the balls,
Are they on the bye? 'Cause I don't
has
think we
the
picked that.
balls or the stash to sit.
Philly is
Garden
on by
Minshew.
this week.
They're on a bye, so he's sitting anyway.
Damn it.
But in 2 weeks from now, if you're still going to sit Garden Minshew,
That
is
would
where
be
the
my
decision-
flip and flip that guy, whoever puts Garden Minshew on the bench at this point. That guy right there, put him in on almost over 60% of the teams right now, and I feel like he would do very well.
He started the game like 11 for 11 for 160 yards and 2 touchdowns.
2 tutties.
That is ridiculous.
And that's before he even touched the mustache.
Oh my gosh, that dude's balls sweat.
I wish he'd have gotten the.
Amazingness.
So in the future, if you people in Philly decide to put Hurts back in instead of riding Minshew mania for the rest of the season, you know what to do.
Flippin', dadgummit!
And this is
And now we got a present.
this is old news. This goes out to a good friend of mine,
Uh-oh.
Crystal Elmore,
Oh no.
who is your biggest Boomer Sooner fan out there. She lives in Oklahoma.
Yep.
She is a good friend of mine. She just lives and dies Sooner football. She can't stand the Longhorns.
Yeah.
She is a huge Baker Mayfield fan.
Yeah.
She loves Jalen Hurts as well.
That makes sense.
But I'll tell you right now, Flippin' Flip that guy goes to. I'm buying time as I was talking all that. I can't think of his name. Who just left Oklahoma with the USC?
I don't know
Head
his
coach.
name.
Head coach.
I don't
Oh,
know.
it's
Watch.
terrible.
Hold on, crack research.
He's going to
It's
crack
terrible.
research.
But why do you hate this coach that left?
Because of the way he did it and the way he's trying to pull all the players. First of all, he ain't
He's
got
trying
the
to take the
balls.
players,
He ain't
too?
got the balls to go to the SEC. Okay. With Oklahoma, which I'm not a fan that Oklahoma and Texas are coming to the SEC. Gosh, are you kidding me? Lincoln Riley.
Yeah, Lincoln Riley.
Lincoln Riley.
He beat the crack
Flip and
research.
flip that guy.
Flippin', dadgummit!
That's 2 firsts. We had a futuristic flip and flip and a college football flip and flip. All right. Here's my flip and flip. My flip and flip goes to the New England Patriots. Now, here's the thing.
I can get behind that no matter what.
Wait,
you can
here's
just
the
stop
thing.
right there.
No, technically, they didn't do anything wrong. They played a football game. I'm flipping them for making me nostalgic for old school football. When refs didn't sway a game like they do now. When the quarterback wasn't the be-all, end-all to have a good team. When football was just so gritty and down to earth and smash mouth and freaking awesome. The Patriots played the kind of game that made me reminisce about that. It reminded me only about how the way football's changed, but I'm getting older. Thanks a lot, knowing the Patriots. I see gray hairs in the mirror already, and now you sons of bitches. Sorry, Phil. Where is he? Is he here? Is he listening?
He's around.
He's always listening. It's Philip Rivers.
Yeah, he's somewhere.
But you made me remember that I'm almost 40. Thanks a lot. So, yeah, to the victorious New England Patriots.
Flippin', dadgummit!
Do you have one?
Welcome
Uh-oh.
to Patrick Kimmel's Flip and Flip that guy this week.
This is going to be production.
So I actually have a twofer. It's the same person, but for 2 distinct reasons.
One dude's getting flipped twice?
So here's the great part. I'm going to say his name, and you're going to like, who's that?
Who that?
Nobody knows who this guy is because that's how much he sucks.
Oh.
But he tried to make a name for himself, and he tried to do it at the expense of the best safety duo in the league. So
Richard Sherman and Richard Sherman plays corner.
like you tried, I guess, but come on, man. But in a post-loss to the Patriots, where the defense held up well, they did lose, but 14 points. You hold a team to 14 points with what was for a long time the best offense in the league.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Yeah.
But when Jordan Poyer and Carlos Hyde, who are not only the best safety duo in the league, also best friends, clearly, because they do all their post-game press conferences together. Probably do all of them together, just like we did this show together.
Quick side, are they better friends than us?
I don't know. I haven't seen them
You
in
thought
person.
too long about that answer. The answer is no.
I haven't seen him in person to know that, so I don't have enough information.
The answer is no, Patrick.
No.
Now continue.
So there was a reporter there who asked a question. He says, "Are you embarrassed?" You'll flip you. They're not embarrassed. They played well. But what's his name? His name's Jerry Sullivan. So that's bad enough. But you know what? I didn't have to flip for that. You know why? Because Jordan roasted him. Carlos roasted him. The media's roasted him. Everybody knows that he was a jackwagon for that question and the way he was trying to get that gotcha journalism, the little, we're going to get you riled up to get a voice clip. But know what? That's not why you get the Flippin Flip. That's part of it. You deserve it.
That's the first half.
But then I had to decide, yes, is he just that much of a jackwagon all the time? And so I went through his Twitter. And this is when I found this tweet from Jerry Sullivan, who doesn't even get a blue check mark. I mean,
You want me to read it?
Oh, he's not even verified.
I imagine the people who feel athletes should simply bypass the media and connect with their fans on social media are some of the same ones who bought Trump's concept of fake news and the elimination of daily presidential press conferences. Do you guys know what he's saying there? He is saying you are not important enough. You are not special enough. You are not smart enough to have access directly to athletes or politicians. You guys need someone in between to play the middleman to get that information to you. You know what? No.
That way you can take the information he gets, switch it around, make cuts, and then feed it to you the way they want to feed it to you.
He wants to be able to cut it up, to make the sound clips, to get the clicks, the clickbait, to get the stories. He doesn't want you to have access. You know what I say about Twitter? Although being just a den of stupidity, it is also an area where you can get news directly from the source.
Yep.
And if I can get a tweet from Jordan Poyer, from Carlos Hyde, that says what they feel, that is far better than whatever this jackass, is going to say. Because he is after, I understand, you got to do your job. You got to feed your family, whatever. But you don't do it that way. You are bad at what you do. You are a bad person. You don't deserve to ever go to another press conference. We might, but you don't. So, sir, that is why, on a very long explanation, Jerry something or whatever.
Flippin', dadgummit!
Quick
In
aside,
other said,
technically we are that middleman that he's talking about, but clearly
I
we
would
don't.
still rather you got your information from the sources.
Well, yeah. Well, also, we don't have a bias. That's why we don't have a pre-cut up show. That's why we're live.
We have a bias, and you know our bias, but
Really?
we still are able to look at it rationally.
Yeah,
and we're still going to tell you how it is. We're still going to tell you exactly what was said. I
Yeah.
read his tweet word for word.
We're fans, but we wouldn't do that. We wouldn't.
No.
You wouldn't say something. Do you just lost? Are you embarrassed? Do you feel bad? Of course they feel bad because we feel bad.
You know what we asked Reed Ferguson when we interviewed him? We asked him if the Ferguson legacy at LSU was the best family legacy at any college football program. You know what? Because it is.
That's right.
Truth in broadcasting right here.
Long snappers are people too.
Important people.
Yeah.
very important.
I still the talent it takes to be a long snapper. I
In
don't think you
other
guys know.
sad news,
Oh, sorry.
Former Bills Mark Pike just passed away.
Yep. And there was also actually a very young former Saint, I think, offensive lineman that I think he was in a car wreck maybe.
There might have been
That just happened.
a struggle with
Oh.
some police. And
Yeah, I didn't get into a lot of
I
it,
didn't
but I
read it
did see
either.
that there was a Saint that
Yes,
passed.
he had passed.
But
while
usually
in
I'll just
custody.
retweet those. I retweeted the Mark Pike information. But yeah, we usually just retweet those. So follow us at Up the Gut One on Twitter. And again, for the MAW, for Twitter or social media handles, all in the description here.
Yeah. Get your mom.
Uh,
Follow the show.
and if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. It looks like this.
Look how fast that was. And that video is literally in slow motion. No one moves their cursor that
It
slow when
is
it's clicking
giving
on
you
stuff.
time to see
Yeah.
what it's doing. You guys already know how to subscribe. We're just trying to remind you. And if you haven't, click like. Thanks for watching. Thanks for telling people about us. And if anybody ever asks you, hey, whoever thought Arizona would be good? You now know what to say.
If anyone asks you if you're embarrassed after a loss, you don't have to answer that. You don't have to dignify that response.
Nah, but you'll remember that.
You'll remember that. And thank you, Ogre, for showing up again to show us how to make some picks. Even though this time, it's my week to win. You had the first one. You had my turn. We only got two different.
Only two. Well, that means he won't catch up.
I'm going to go up two. I'm going to be only two behind it this week.
We'll see.
You
We'll
watch.
see. Buffalo.
Yeah, I'll show you. You'll see.
Anyway, anything to say on your parting words, Chad?
I think you guys need to pick a score on a game in case you guys should tie. That way, there is no more ties the rest of the season. You guys should pick a score.
No, we tie. If Detroit can tie, we can tie.
We do have a tie.
We do have a tie.
From when Detroit tied.
Mhm. I like that we don't give Pittsburgh the credit for the tie. No, Detroit tied that game.
Well, that was Pittsburgh's game to win or lose, but Detroit is when they fought for that even keel extra quarter.
Yes, they did. All right. Well, if that's all we got, Matt, you know how to take us
Oh,
out.
I know how to take us out. And you guys know how I take you out. Because every day I ask you to do the same thing. Help this channel grow. It's just a hobby for us for now. But how awesome would it be if our hobby could actually maybe give us some, monetary kickback? Yeah. It'd be amazing. Are you guys in a black and white movie?
Oh, we just giving you background visuals.
But you know what to do. Tell a friend. Tell an enemy. Tell your congressman. Unless they're Democrat or Republican. I don't know politics. Those are the only two words I know. But just tell whoever you can, because I think we put out quality content. If you don't think we put out quality content, tell us how we can make it better. We'll take suggestions, as long as it's not something too crazy like lighting Patrick on fire. I wouldn't do that, because then who's my co-host?
Yeah, and don't say
It can't just
be
be
better with just Matt.
It can't just be me and Earn. That'd be weird.
Then the show would just be called Up.
Go up in smoke. But if for some reason you don't like talking to a lot of people, or you just don't have a lot of friends to talk to, if you just tell one person about this before you lay your head down in bed tonight, tell your moms about us.
Here's the most important question we have today, Matt.
Yep.
You've been on the show for a while. You've been doing this for a while.
Since day one.
This has been almost a full year we've been at this. But the real question is, other than you stealing the mic, put it right in front of me. No,
That's just for the clothes.
the most important question here is, people want to know, do you know what to do with your hands?
I don't know what to do with my hands. I mean, there are a few things I do know in life. Don't drop that dun-dun-dun. Don't drink the antifreeze, even though it smells amazing. And that's about the only two things I know not to do. So
You heard it here first. Fix it.